All right, back on the Young Turks. We got a great guest for you guys now, Charles Chamberlain, political director for Democracy for America. Charles, welcome to the Young Turks.
Hi, thanks a lot for having me on the show.
We appreciate your time. So you guys are part of a movement to sign up senators for the public option, saying on the record that they're in favor of it going through reconciliation. So first, tell me, how many senators are we up to now?
Yeah, that's right. We're absolutely spearheading a campaign to get as many senators on the record saying that they will absolutely vote for a public option through reconciliation. We're doing this along. It's not just Democracy for America. It's also the Progressive Change Campaign Committee and Credo Action. And what I think is really exciting is we're up to 35 senators who are officially on the record. And that's going from 0 to 35 in just 2 weeks, and with 10 of those senators signing on since the Bipartisan Healthcare Summit.
Yet the White House and a couple of the leading senators tell us that, no, it's impossible. You just don't have the votes. So what do you think is motivating a guy like Senator Harkin, who theoretically has been in favor of the public option all along, to say that you don't have the votes when you guys keep piling up the votes and showing it to them?
You know, it's a really interesting question. When you look back and you look at the record, we actually got 51 senators on record, even after August, after the tough months of August and fighting for health care reform. We got 51 senators on the record saying that they would vote for a public option. There, in October, you had Senator Rockefeller, talking about how he was sure that there was at least 52 senators that would vote for it. And you even had Tom Harkin himself saying we've got somewhere between 55 to 57 senators that support passing a public option. So, it's a remarkable change to claim that somehow out of nowhere we've lost 6 or 7 senators to no longer support it. I don't buy it. If they bring it to a vote, I think that we're going to see that the support is there. And I think at the end of the day, what's happening is we have a White House and we have senators that are afraid to push back on conservative Democrats and afraid to push them to move forward on such popular reform. It's just beyond me, but that's clearly what's happening.
Charles, I disagree. Now, you've caught me on a cranky day, I got to admit, but
all right.
I don't think that they're scared at all. I think they're part of the same sellout corporatists that the Republicans are. And so, as Glenn Greenwald says, they play, rotating villain. And Tom Harkin and Jay Rockefeller drew a number this time around. They were lying all throughout when they said they were for the public option. They're lying now. And I think I have to be honest with you, and like I said, I'm sorry for catching me on a bad day, but I think some of the 35 people you signed up are also lying. That none of them are going to vote for the public option, and that they're just trying to collect money, and they're never going to do it because whenever given an opportunity, they don't. They never do it.
Yeah, well, I certainly can't blame you for being cranky. There's no question that we've got, it's been remarkable how we've got an administration that was elected on yes, we can, and yet all we keep hearing from them is no, we can't. And that's not what, that's not what I worked my butt off for in the election in November. That's not what, our Democracy for America, Progressive Change Campaign Committee, and Credo Action members did, working to elect Barack Obama and the huge Democratic majorities in the Senate and the House. We elected them to actually deliver on real change. And what I think is really important to see is that at the end of the day, the American people support a public option. In fact, the majority of the Senate Democrats support a public option. The majority of House Democrats support a public option. The majority of Americans support a public option. So what I understand is, why aren't we doing it? Is it the corporate money? You're probably right.
Absolutely. It's not even, look, they say they want the public option, but I don't believe them. I think they're lying. I think almost all of them are liars, okay?
Yeah.
Because, and I, look, we argued to get Obama elected on the show over and over. Is he better than the Republicans? It's hard to be worse, right? But outside of that, it was largely a waste of time. Because
I got to say, if I were Chuck Schumer and I were listening to you talking right now, I'd say, how dare he call me a liar? And what I'd want Chuck Schumer to do is I'd want him to say, I'm going to prove to him that I'm not a liar by forcing a vote on the Senate floor. And that's the key, is if we have an actual vote on the public option, then we can know who the bad guys really are. Who are the bad Democrats that are actually against the public option? And in fact, I would argue that if we've got senators out there like Senator Harkin and like the president claiming that the votes aren't there in the Senate to pass this, then they need to tell us exactly which Democrats are the Democrats that are going to vote against this. And I think it's really important to note that Well, we know one Democrat that will vote against it, and that's Blanche Lincoln. And what do we do this week? We've got a great primary challenger running against her, who we've raised over $1 million for in under 48 hours.
Right, until he becomes a zombie. I hate to be overly cynical, but give him maximum of 2 years.
Thomas Jefferson says that everybody becomes corrupt, and everybody needs to be put out within 20 years. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's only 2 years it takes to get people to be corrupt, and then we got to change the guard.
Charles, I'll tell you one of the reasons. I know we're getting a little off the topic here, but one of the reasons I'm cranky today, it's because of what happened to Pete Stark. So he's supposed to be the chairman of the House Ways and Means Committee, and he lasts a day until the people who like to sell out the lobbyists throw him overboard because he's an actual progressive. Real progressives, they are far and few in between, and they have no chance. This system is 1,000,000% corrupt. So you want to know why you're not going to get the public option? Because the public option, according to the CBO, and they have very, very conservative numbers, would take about $300 billion out of private insurance and direct it over to just for 2% of Americans. $300 billion. You think they're going to let that money walk out the door? No way. They didn't buy all those politicians. They didn't waste all their money for nothing. Charles, I mean, look, I'm telling you, man, you caught me on a bad day, but I think we're wasting our time. I think they're completely bought.
Mm-hmm. Well, not that I don't hear where you're coming from, I certainly echo the frustration, but at the end of the day, we can't give up hope. It's vitally important that we as a movement work to hold feet to the fire and make things actually happen. What happens if we give up and we don't do anything? I mean, it's not going to be better. It will be worse.
Of course.
And if you look at the past and the history of all this, it has been worse. No matter how much we might be frustrated with President Obama, he sure as heck isn't a President Bush. It is important for us to continually push. And I'm confident that the Senate bill, even as it is right now, is a better bill than it would have been had we not been out there pushing every day for it. And that's one of the main reasons why we continue to push for a public option, because every day that we continue to push to make the bill better, it's more likely that they're going to make the bill better, even if they don't add the public option at the end. But I unlike you, I can't give up hope. I do believe at the end of the day that the majority of Americans can come together and make this actually happen.
No, agree and disagree. And let me clarify. So, look, I love that you guys are out there fighting, and I say it every day. Democracy for America, Progressive Change Campaign Committee, Credo Action. You guys are kicking ass, and you're doing the best you can to get these guys on the record, to get them on our side, etc.
Yeah, we made over 50,000 phone calls in 2 weeks.
No, I love that effort, and I love that you're not giving up on it, and we need to fight. Okay, so I hear you on that, and let me agree further. I'm the guy who wrote the article, "Take the Damn Vote."
Yeah, you sure did.
And so I couldn't agree more with you. Take the vote. Take the vote. Then let's see where people stand. But Charles, that's exactly why they're not going to take the vote.
Right.
Because it allows them to lie better. Okay? It allows them to say, oh, no, we were all in favor, but somehow we didn't have the votes for it. Or why don't you prove it to me? Because I don't want to prove it to you, because then you'll know I'm a corporate lobbyist sellout. So, and here's the part don't get me wrong, I'm not giving up hope. I'm just planning to go nuclear on them. And so you guys are doing good work, but I'm putting together a plan. I don't know if it'll come to anything, and I'm certainly not ready to discuss it now, but I want to come to their house, man. We need a political revolution in this country, because those few progressives like Pete Stark, et cetera, have no chance. And Obama's never, ever going to do it. The part I disagree with you on is we got nothing out of this bill. Nothing. Mm-hmm. It is the most watered-down bill ever, okay? Corporatists won on almost every single issue. Mm. So, no, this bill sucks.
No, the bill sucks. I'm not going to claim the bill doesn't suck, because it absolutely does suck. It's a race to the bottom. It's a matter of how much worse it could be. But there's no question about it. The bill sucks. There's not much here to be happy about. There's nothing to be proud of. I mean, we've got a mandate. They keep talking about how it's going to cover 31 million more Americans. Because they're forced to buy junk insurance. So you and I definitely, you're right. You and I have a lot more that we agree upon than we disagree upon in this whole battle. And I definitely, hey, I'm interested in what your plans for going nuclear are on them. I mean, there's no question we need to back up progressives, and we need to make it clear that they can't be trifled with. And unfortunately, repeatedly, over and over again, we've had an administration that ran claiming they were progressives that instead taken every chance they can to punch progressives in the face, and we just can't take that anymore.
All right, Charles Chamberlain from Democracy for America. We really appreciate you joining us. Great conversation.
You bet. Thanks a lot for having me on the show, and keep up the great work.
Thank you. You keep up the fight. You're doing a great job.
Right on.
All right. We'll be right back.